It's the Carolina Panthers versus the Dallas Cowboys on Game of the Week.
3 men chasing at the 10. Pylon diving. Touchdown. 43 yards. Julius Jones.
And it's going to be caught for a touchdown. Drew Carter.
Wow.
Charles Darwin's theory of evolution isn't about survival of the strongest. It's about survival of the fittest. For Darwin, the key to survival is the ability to adapt to a changing environment. Now, those who believe that Bill Parcells is a great coach might argue that his game plans are the result of intelligent design rather than Darwinism. But in Carolina, Parcells had to adapt. He had to de-emphasize the pass because in the Cowboys' previous 4 games, they had thrown the ball more times than they ran it, and Dallas had lost 3 of those games. So last Saturday against Carolina, the Cowboys decided to stake their playoff survival on grinding it out on the ground.
By Week 16 in the NFL, the traffic is heavy on the road to the playoffs. It's hard to win and easy to lose your way. A loss this late isn't just a bump in the road. It's cause for alarm. One wrong turn, and the ride could be over. On Christmas Eve in Carolina, there was a season at stake.
All day long, this team goes as far as the secondary take them all the way to the playoffs, baby, and start the day.
Let's go, fellas. Big game today, fellas. Big game. Panthers rock this mother. Hell yeah! I said the Panthers rock this mother. Hell yeah! Win on 3. 1, 2, 3, win!
The Dallas Cowboys were playing for their playoff lives. In 2005, they had averaged 27 points per game in their wins, but only 12 points per game in their losses. Running back Julius Jones was finally healthy, and Bill Parcells planned to ride him hard.
That's what I'm talking this for, because I want everybody to really mean it, all right? All that jumping we've been doing ain't me getting nothing done. You hear what I'm saying? Be hype, but play smart. Don't be stupid. Do smart things with that energy. You hear what I'm saying? Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's go, man. Let's go. Let's go. Win on 3. 1, 2, 3, win. Oh, baby, it's showtime, man. See a good team over there. See a good team over there. But they coming to our house.
The Carolina Panthers were looking for an early Christmas present. A win coupled with a Tampa loss would clinch the division. As a team, they were well balanced, ranking 2nd in conference defense and 3rd in offense. And with 93 receptions and 11 touchdowns, wide receiver Steve Smith was having a career year.
Just a nice sunny day. You know, it's not as hot as it would be in Hawaii, you know. But it's going to be good. It's going to be a good game. You know, you got 2 good teams. Whoever makes the least mistakes going to win, you know. That's it. Just playing football. Christmas Eve, I wonder if my wife got me something nice. Hope you're at home. Hope your wife got you something nice.
It's the Cowboys and the Panthers in Week 16 of the 17-week campaign. And remember, it's the holiday season. Dallas and Carolina both still thinking very big postseason playoff dreams. And it's a day to be dreaming big dreams on Christmas Eve in Carolina.
Roll it now. Roll it.
It was Week 16. The playoffs were on the line. Both teams had their backs against the wall.
celebration of this playoff season started today.
Right.
Right here on our field. Let's get our city a Merry Christmas present, and let's put these boys to sleep. Let's put them to sleep. Let's get it, baby. Start fast, baby. Start fast. Ride on 3. 1, 2, 3. Ride.
The game began with 3-and-out drives as Carolina and Dallas traded punts. But on the third drive, the Panthers used play action to test the Cowboys' young and aggressive defense.
Panthers from their 20, right to left, I right, and Delhomme play action all day, standing deep to the post, got Kroll at the 40, running away to the 30, down the numbers to the 10, and caught from behind finally at the 10-yard line by Keith Davis.
The decisive factor on the play was indecision. Safety Keith Davis had to choose between the outside receiver and Ricky Prohl in the slot. He didn't commit until Prohl was past him. Davis's closing speed saved a touchdown.
And I know what you're thinking. How do you let a 37-year-old man run right by you for 69 yards? And that's what Ricky Prohl is, and that's what Ricky Prohl just did.
Blue 80. Blue 80.
With Carolina in the red zone, the Dallas defense stiffened.
The last couple of games, when the Panthers get inside the opponent's 20, it's almost like the Pilgrims landing at Plymouth Rock. Just kind of look around and say, all right, this looks good here. Let's stay here.
On 3rd and 5, the Panthers went for 6.
Delhomme wants to throw. Has time. Lobs it in zone. Oh, it was over the head of both the tight end Mangum and Ricky Prohl. It looked like neither one knew the ball was for them. Casey from 24 yards. Snap a little high. Baker gets it down. Kick is airborne, and it is good.
Dallas dodges a major bullet with 10:05 to play in the first quarter. Carolina 3, Dallas nothing.
I thought you were going that way on that guy. Okay, I was scared to death of this side because they both playing off of Smitty and them, you know what I mean?
After 4 turnovers in their previous game, Bill Parcells preached ball control to his team all week. But return man Tyson Thompson was not converted.
Thompson upfield, 15, 20, 25, 30. Ball loose at the 32. Big scramble for it. Panthers say they have it. Gamble pointing Carolina's way. Officials in to unpile. Everybody leaning in. Tense moment here at the stadium.
It's been a long time. Send in the medics.
It's like
no oxygen down there.
This is like SmackDown in the WWF in that pile. Panther football.
Look at who's coming up with it. Sean
Tufts. You just earned your last name.
Yeah, he did.
Sean Tufts. This is the one thing that Dallas just couldn't do.
See if the Panthers can take advantage as they set up shop at the 32-yard line of Dallas.
The Panthers had bogged down in the red zone after Ricky Prohl's long catch. So this time they tried to score before entering the red zone.
And it's going to be caught for a touchdown, Drew Carter.
In just over 5 minutes, Carolina had Dallas in a 10-point hole.
A silly little wave at the ball by the quarterback, Aaron Glenn, and the Panthers have a 2-score lead.
The crossbar is 10 feet tall, so you got to have some spring to get up and slam dunk that, and Carter does.
That's what I'm talking about. Go get that thing, boy. Let's way to go get it. I'm talking about good.
Good job, brother.
Let me be blessed, boy. Let me be blessed, boy. Good job. Hey. Good job. Famous Drew. Good job.
The touchdown throw was helped by 2 fakes aimed at safety Roy Williams. First, Delhomme showed play action. Then he pumped to the outside, which caused Williams to move slightly to the middle. By the time he threw to his intended target, Williams was in no position to help. Jake Delhomme not only delivered the pass, he also delivered a souvenir to wide receiver Drew Carter, who scored his first NFL touchdown.
Roy Williams bit hard. The quarters look. Now, Faye. and he was too low. Drew would have, gone over top. And right when I did like this and looked back, it wasn't about Roy. It was about for him on the corner. Keep it away from the play. Yeah. That's all you got. I let it hang too much. Wasn't the best throw.
The week before, a 28-0 halftime deficit produced a 35-7 loss to the Redskins. Now it seemed Bill Parcells was staring at a sequel.
Whatever game plan you came in with, they've got to stick to it. Don't let that 10-0 start getting you into a throwing match. Plenty of football ahead of you. Now, I don't recommend going down 17-0.
I don't either.
The Cowboys had gotten off to a horrible start. It got worse when Julius Peppers, who hadn't had a sack in the last 2 weeks, became dead set on getting one.
Cowboys moving left to right, down 10. Entire field in bright sunlight on Christmas Eve. Bledsoe got time. Oh, now here comes Peppers right in his grill, and the ball pops loose, but the officials will say it's down. A sack at the 11-yard line by Julius Peppers.
I mean, that was a direct hit. Bledsoe dropped back to throw. That was right up his grill, straight up the middle. And Peppers, on a little bit of a delay, just pummels Drew Bledsoe.
That was a big, big hit.
Peppers' sack put Dallas in a hole. If the Cowboys were to dig themselves out of it, they had to convert a 3rd and 10. To do so, they decided to roll Bledsoe out of the pocket and away from Peppers.
Out of the shotgun, Bledsoe rolling to his right with time, pumps, heaves it down the right side for Glenn in double coverage. He caught it despite getting bumped at the Carolina 30. Now let's see if Glenn did the shoving.
Defensive pass interference was the ruling. The Cowboys got even better news on the play when 15 yards were tacked on from a roughing the passer call.
There are 2 fouls on the play. Pass interference, defense, number 27. That penalty's declined. Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense, number 96. Helmet-to-helmet contact.
3 plays after Terry Glenn's 51-yard catch, Dallas was at the Carolina 4.
Panthers are showing a blitz. They don't blitz a lot, but they're coming now. And then they run into it. Jones, a little move around the end of the 5 to the goal line. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Right up Main Street.
No, that's because Mike Minter was blitzing, and as Mike Minter was blitzing, he got so far up the field that when the cut happened, it happened in front of Mike, that Mike gets up the field and too far off the field in this case.
And Dallas has literally climbed up off the mat.
Take control. Gotta take control. Come on. Gotta take control. Come on, up front. Gotta take control up front. Let's go.
While Jake Delhomme was hoping for some home field advantage, the Cowboys were fighting just to stay in the race.
And Carolina now 3rd and 11 at their own 19. Dallas needs a defensive stop here. And Delhomme straight drop. Pressure from Ware, and Ware got there. The ball's on the floor, and the Panthers have recovered it at the 8-yard line. So DeMarcus Ware is going to get his first sack since Arbor Day.
Gone 8 straight games without a sack. Remember, leading up to that sackless stretch, he had 4 straight games with a sack.
Ware's sack forced a punt. With 5.5 minutes left in the first quarter, the Cowboys had the ball back.
Look at Steve Smith. Look at Delhomme.
Like DeMarcus Ware, running back Julius Jones seemed to come alive in this game. Shaking off the lingering effects of an ankle sprain, Jones showed a burst and the quick cutting ability that had been missing. Jones gained 32 yards on 3 straight runs. Then Bledsoe decided to throw deep in hopes of taking the lead.
Bledsoe play action, half roll, steps up, goes to the left side of the overthrow, it intercepted at the 3-yard line. And coming left to the 5 and spinning is the cornerback Ken Lucas with his 6th interception of the year. 4
Horrible, horrible throw. Bledsoe just flat out overthrows his receiver who's standing still at the 10 by a good 5 yards.
And Lucas just says, wow, there's a nice Christmas present.
Keyshawn went up the field and ran a dig route.
This is him?
Yeah.
Glenn came down like this.
I saw that. He cleared. No, he went more off the field. Take the safety down. Yeah.
And he came right there, right? Okay. So that one ought to go to Zombie. That one ought to go to the safety. And that one ought to go to the nickel right there now. Okay?
In this high-stakes NFC showdown, John Fox and his Panthers led by 3 as the first quarter came to a close. Against a defense that had allowed the second fewest points in the conference, Dallas couldn't waste any opportunities. On the first play of the second quarter, the Cowboys faced a key 3rd and 6.
Shotgun snap low. Bledsoe gets it. Throws a skinny post. Glenn, 35 first down. And tackled at the Carolina 26 finally by Chris Gamble. A big 20-yard conversion.
After Terry Glenn's catch, Dallas went to its running game that has managed just 3.5 yards per carry this season. Julius Jones ran 4 straight times and seemed to be getting stronger with each carry.
Coming right across the 45 to midfield. And a fire's been lit under Julius Jones.
And Julius Jones is sticking it up in there.
And this is a Julius Jones we have not seen in a long time.
Jones ran all the way to the Panthers 6, where the drive stalled. Then Billy Cundiff was sent in for a 24-yard chip shot to tie the game.
Good snap and hold. Line drive kick, 24 yards, and Cundiff made it. It was a bad-looking kick coming off his foot. But after spotting the Panthers 10, Dallas has come back to draw even 10-10 with 11 minutes left in the second quarter.
Get that turnover. Get that turnover. Get that turnover. Get that turnover. Keep it. Get that turnover. Keep it.
Let's go, DeLone! Cowboys son! Look at Steve Smith. DeLone, let's go!
Dallas's defensive backs had shut out Panther receiver Steve Smith so far. But on their first offensive play of the second quarter, Jake Delhomme looked for him over the middle.
Delhomme calling signals and fading back. Looking to the right. Smith's open middle of the field. Smith catches it at the 40. Spins. Comes back to the near sideline. Tackled at the 42-yard line. There you go.
I believe that's the first time they've even looked at Steve Smith. 10:40 now to play here in the second quarter, but I'm sure not the last time today.
Smith's catch was good for 18 yards. Delhomme kept the drive going on a free play when Dallas jumped off sides. The result was 18 more yards on a completion to Drew Carter. On third down from the Cowboy 29, a prime target would certainly have been veteran playmaker Steve Smith. Instead, Delhomme threw deep to Carter, who had scored Carolina's first touchdown.
Newman, very good coverage down the field. And not on Smith, because Smith is walking in the middle of the end zone waving at Delhomme saying, remember me. He was going for Carter again.
Delhomme's failure to see Smith wide open down the middle meant the Panthers had to settle for a 47-yard field goal attempt by John Casey.
Here's the snap, the spot. The kick is on its way. It begins its climb. It's got potential. It's high enough, long enough. It's good. He nailed it from 47.
So good for the 15-year veteran. And with 6:50 remaining to be played in the first half, Carolina has regained the lead 13-10.
On their next series, Bill Parcells gave Julius Jones a rest and substituted rookie running back Marion Barber, number 24.
And Witherspoon, a very active fourth-year linebacker there to throw for a huge loss. That's about a 7-yard loss.
A sack followed, and the Cowboys punted. It was up to their defense to keep it a 3-point game with just over 3 minutes left.
Multi-fence, let's go. Down in the hole.
With power back Stephen Davis on injured reserve, the Panthers have spread defenses out with multiple receiver sets and passed more. Both Deshaun Foster and Nick Goings have shared carries in Davis's absence. Foster ran twice and got a first down. Then Goings got 19 more on a remarkable catch and carry.
Steve Smith comes in motion through the I formation. It's a fake handoff. Delone moves up in the pocket. It's kind of crowded. Sidearms it. Nick Goings caught 32. Goings trying to get to the near sideline. Leap. Gets out of a tackler. 40. 45. Run Nick to the 49-yard line. Big play.
That was like a cartoon character stepping out of his shoe almost to get out of that tackle.
Goings' amazing getaway overshadowed two other aspects of the play. The first was Delone's escape in traffic, an improvised sidearm throw. The second was a hard downfield block by Steve Smith on linebacker Brady Smith. 2 plays later, the Panthers were at the Dallas 40. There were just 77 seconds left before halftime. Delone was thinking field goal. DeMarcus Ware was thinking something else.
At the Dallas 40, shotgun. Delone back. Little pressure from the backside. And Ware got his hand. The ball hurdles forward. And are they going to call it? It's a fumble. And Dallas recovers at the Dallas 42. DeMarcus Ware hit the ball out of Delone's hand while it was going forward. Ruled a fumble.
Cowboy football.
Jake's arm came forward, but they're going to say that ball got knocked loose before his arm came forward, and he's not arguing. It's a fumble.
Actually, Delone was fuming. Whether he was upset with the official's call, DeMarcus Ware, or himself, only one thing mattered now. The Cowboys had the ball.
Start out with draws and screens in 2 minutes now.
With just over a minute left before the half, Dallas hoped to at least move into field goal range. Keyshawn Johnson did his part by turning a quick out into a 19-yard gain. Then Bledsoe was ambushed.
High formation, 1st and 10. 33 seconds to go. Drew Bledsoe, 5-step drop, patting the football, gets hit by Buckner, and then Peppers comes in there, and they finally, like the rodeo, they finally get Bledsoe down.
With 19 seconds remaining, Bledsoe looked to Johnson again to get a few more yards before getting out of bounds. Johnson gained 7 yards and earned 5 more after a face mask penalty. With 7 seconds left, Billy Cundiff was sent in.
This is to tie the game at halftime. 32 yards. Good snap, good hold. The kick is knuckled. Was it brushed at the line? It's no good.
I think Julius Peppers got a hand on it. He got penetration, but it also appeared to be a very low kick.
It's frustrating for an offense to move the ball down the field and then have a kicker just totally blow a very makeable field goal attempt.
And at halftime, the score is Carolina 13 and Dallas 10.
Let's go. Make a statement. Let's go. Let him deep. Play on 3. 1, 2, 3. Here. Let's go. Play with your eyes.
Bill Parcells' Cowboys had squandered several first-half scoring opportunities. Their first 2 possessions of the third quarter weren't any better.
Bledsoe back looking right. Oh, there's no receiver. He wanted Glenn.
3rd down for Dallas. Bledsoe drops the ball. Ball loose. The Panthers, I think, fall on it. Thought I saw some white jerseys get in there quickly.
Yeah, here's the problem.
Oh, they say Dallas ball.
I don't know what Drew Bledsoe had for lunch at halftime there, but that's 2 times he's had trouble with the football here in the second half.
The Cowboys with their ugliest offensive possession of the game without question.
I don't get no credit for no sack on that one. You know? No. Hey, stay with me now, because I tried to get you to press that. Okay? So stay with me with the signal now. Nice job of getting off.
I came upside, took on the first lineman, and got inside.
Okay, so the fullback never got to you.
One of the linemen got to me.
Okay, listen. Okay, so they probably pulled somebody.
Yeah.
Okay? Now, hear me out. Get a spill to the outside safety. Blow that crowd. Okay.
He's hit Barry. Oh, he never had time to look up. Will Witherspoon.
Lusaka Polite on the receiving end.
And it wasn't polite, too, the way he tackled him. And when you run that little arrow route out to the flat, that ball's coming out quickly as it did. The linebacker did a great job, Will Witherspoon, of being on top of Polite.
Go negative play. Keep hitting him.
Dallas' fortunes improved considerably when Julius Jones got his hands on the football.
Julius Jones with a 14-yard gain, kids, has gone for the first time this year over 100 yards. How about that?
That rushing total was about to increase dramatically.
They give it to Jones. Big hole, left guard. 35, right at the 30. He's in a foot race to the 20. 3 men chasing at the 10. Sideline, pylon, diving. Touchdown! Touchdown! 43 yards. Julius Jones is over 150.
Everybody wants to play Marion Barber, and I like Marion Barber. Don't get me wrong. I think Julius Jones is a little bit of a special back.
Right, and he's running like it today.
You just got to get him healthy.
The touchdown was made possible thanks to the speed of Jones and overzealous Panthers pursuit.
And when he cuts back, there's no linebacker, there's no corner, there's no one backside. And it leaves a free safety, Marlon McCree, on the island. That's a mismatch. Out of position, no tackling. I should be able to score a touchdown.
After missing much of 2005 with nagging injuries, the now healthy Dallas back was enjoying his best performance of the season. While the Cowboys' Mr. Jones was flourishing, the Panthers' Mr. Smith still had only 1 reception and wasn't doing much more than dispensing advice to teammates.
You gotta let this see, because what he see and what you see is 2 different things. You know, yeah, they can see it from way up there, but they can't see it when you're on the field. You said it, go wherever you gotta go. Go where your eyes go. Your body know where you need to go.
Dallas double coverage and Carolina strategy had classified number 89 missing in action.
Just found a milk carton with Steve Smith's picture on the side of it. We're doing the Cowboys a favor by not throwing to Smith. We need to stop doing that. Get him involved at some point here.
180. 180.
It's a flea flicker and a pitch back from Foster. Delhomme goes a deep out to the left. The ball's broken up.
Delhomme just tosses over the left. Terrence Newman is underneath it, but it's Steve Smith that fights back.
Because Newman was going to run 40 yards for a touchdown if he caught that ball. It's a tremendous play by Smith.
Forcing Steve Smith into a defensive posture wasn't helping Carolina's cause. Nor were unsuccessful pass attempts to other receivers when Smith happened to be uncovered on the same play.
Steve Smith came back. He's barking at the Carolina bench. He's got a mismatch going here. He's open underneath. At the end of this play, he turns to the Carolina bench. He said, boy, get me the football.
After nearly 3 quarters of frustration, Steve Smith finally broke out. But it wasn't on a route you'll find in the Panthers playbook. And in retrospect, Carolina would have been better off if it had never happened.
Delhomme back. Now Ware knocks the ball out of his hands. It's on the floor. It's ruled a fumble. Smith picks it up and runs left.
If you can't throw the ball to Steve Smith, then why not have him pick the fumble up and save the day?
And wrestled down by Newman just short of the first down. Unbelievable.
But suddenly, Smith went from hero to GOAT.
Now there's a flag on the sideline.
I think this is going to go on Steve Smith here at the end of this thing.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct. Offense, number 89. Number 89 is ejected.
What did he do? That tells me he had to bump an official over there.
And Smith said something. He said the magic words to the line judge. Again, to recap, DeMarcus Ware comes around, might have gotten credit for a sack, we'll see, but he makes a remarkable play. He knocks the ball out of Delhomme's hands just like the first time he did it earlier in the game. Steve Smith, one of the most alert plays I've ever seen, picks up the loose ball and runs with it to the left, and he almost made a first down. He didn't like the way Newman tackled him. He shoved and said something to an official and got thrown out of the game. There's your summary. Weather will follow.
You know what the shame of it is for Carolina? Steve Smith's alertness and competitiveness just got him ejected from this game. If he's not alert, if that ball just sits there on the ground, he's still in the football game.
Well, that is just bigger than life, its own self.
And you can't touch the official.
Yep, that was it right there when he came back out of the sideline and touched the official. That's an automatic.
It's an automatic ejection.
And the biggest story is you've lost 89 for the rest of the game. You got to play from behind without Steve Smith. Probably the most lethal weapon in the NFL.
You know, he tries to make something happen. He's excitable. He's electric the snap, but this time it cost him. And he's going to have to learn from that to keep his temper under control and don't touch a referee.
Other Panthers would have to pick up the slack, starting with the defense.
Somebody going to come up with a big play right here. Don't keep playing. Don't worry. Go, baby. 15 minutes. 15. Let's go get it.
Here comes a blitz. Oh, they get to Bledsoe. They take him down at the 16. Will Witherspoon.
There's the stop. If you send more guys than they have to block with against an immobile quarterback, that's what can happen.
And I tell you what, that was absolutely timed. There was no secret that we were in a man-to-man defense and that we were going to blitz it. But the timing by Will Witherspoon is absolutely exceptional.
Now Carolina needed a spark on offense and appeared to get one from running back Deshaun Foster. Foster quickly got the Panthers to midfield. But on the first play of the fourth quarter, Carolina literally threw their scoring opportunity away.
DeLome, late pressure, deep, floats it to the middle for Kroll. Intercepted Roy Williams over the shoulder at the 10. Up and running left and looking for a block. Turn the corner. He gets to the 14-yard line before Campbell runs him down. And don't think of that one as a punt, which sometimes you do, and not when you're down 17-13 and attacking from midfield.
And with first down. That was 1st and 10 right there.
The news wasn't all good for Dallas. An injured Roy Williams would be out of action the rest of the game. But now the Cowboys were in control. One more score could secure a win that would keep their playoff hopes alive. If any coach in football knows what to do with the ball and the lead in the fourth quarter of an important game, it is Bill Parcells.
Okay, give me the over and under on carries for Julius Jones. He's at 29 right now. I'm going to put it at about 36 or 37.
Sure, at least. Can you run out 13 minutes?
The Cowboys gave the ball to Julius Jones only 34 times, but he made the most of them with 194 yards.
Handoff, Jones breaks off a tackle, comes left at the 30, cuts right across the 35.
That is another first down for Dallas with Julius Jones rushing it right at the Carolina Panthers' proud defense.
But Dallas could not defeat the Panthers with the ground game alone, and their passing game wasn't nearly so efficient.
Bledsoe chased by Peppers, slung down back at the 23.
This time Petiti just had no chance. And he had a chance, but he had no chance. And it's not Drew Bledsoe's fault here. He's just got to eat this football.
Peppers has a 3-sack day.
On Dallas's first two possessions of the quarter, the Panthers stymied the Cowboys and forced them to punt.
Great job, Paps. Good job, D-line. Way to go.
The Panthers' offense, without its primary playmaker, Steve Smith, was having problems of its own.
Blue 20. Blue 20 set.
High right. DeLome back. Sets, no pressure. A deep out to the right. Dropped by Carter at the Dallas 40. Oh, mercy. He had that one in front of Aaron Glenn.
Tell you what you need right now, fellas. On this Carolina Panther football team, you need some leadership. Was it going to come from Jake DeLome, from one of the veteran O-linemen? But you got to have somebody get things calm down, start making some plays.
Just when it looked like the Panthers had no answers, they found one. Actually, several. Jake DeLome completed 4 straight short passes to move his team into Dallas territory.
3rd and 5 back. Sets. Ware coming. He throws it left. Diving catch. First down. Mangum, the tight end.
Middle screen to Foster. Foster backs up midfield. Now backs up to the 45, looking for a block. Back to the 50, to the 48, still on his feet, to the Cowboy 44-yard line to Sean Foster.
Everything but the Stanford marching band on the field that he ran through.
The Cowboys trying to keep from getting their hearts broken again.
With less than 3 minutes remaining, Delhomme shot a dagger at the fragile Dallas heart.
Once again dropping back. This time he flips it over the middle. Kroll's out there. Kroll catches it. Left eye touchdown. Carolina Panthers.
They have the lead with 2.5 minutes to play in the game.
And that was a great throw. Set up by the short pass plays to free Ricky Proehl. But that was a perfectly timed and thrown ball.
With Kerry Colbert, number 83, cutting inside on a post pattern, Dallas safety Willie Pyle was delayed just long enough to let Ricky Proehl break free to the inside.
And so, how about your clutch Christmas Eve Carolina Panther offense?
How old's Ricky Proehl?
How old?
Yeah. I'll tell you, he's 37.
Something like that.
He's 37. Makes a big play in the first quarter, makes a big play in the fourth.
Ricky Proehl has made a career out of big plays, and his latest one appeared to be the biggest of the Panthers season.
You talk about the Panthers' opportunity today. Dallas knows they can't lose. If they lose, they go home. They don't have a shot at the playoffs any longer.
If the Cowboys hoped to save their season, they had not a moment to spare.
Thompson at the 3, up to the 15, to the 20, comes right off a block, 30, now to the 40, to the 41. The Cowboys have new life. They're not dead yet.
For the Cowboys, this was nothing new. Already in 2005, they had played 8 games decided by 4 points or less.
Fake draw. Bledsoe back with time. Throws an out to the left. Glenn caught it first down at the Carolina 44-yard line.
Ooh-wee. This one, why should it be any different than the others, Brad? And it's not.
And Bledsoe back 5. Sets with time. Throws it over the middle. Caught. 25-yard line. Keyshawn Johnson down to the 20.
Drew Bledsoe needed just 3 plays to move his team into field goal range, but they had no interest in stopping there.
Have no idea what Billy Cundiff's field goal range is, because right now the difference in the game is the 32-yarder he missed before the half.
The Cowboys did not want to risk their season on the foot of slumping kicker Billy Cundiff, but they could not risk a turnover either. They had no choice but to play it safe.
3rd down and long. Cowboys don't make it here. They'll have to kick to tie.
Come on, boys. One little touchdown. Bledsoe back. They blitz. Screen left in the flat. Barber, 25, 20, knocked out of bounds at the 16 by Lucas. And the field goal team's going to have to come out.
And that brings Billy Cundiff out.
Bless his heart. This is 33 for the tie with 1:12. He missed shorter than this today.
Snap, pretty good. Spot kick on the way. It is high enough. It's no good. No good. Wide to the right.
It's a flag on the
But a penalty was Cundiff run into. The Panthers almost blocked it. And they have roughed Billy Cundiff.
Now keep in mind, this will not only get the penalty here,
His first down.
It's going to be a first down.
It was 4th down and 4, and even if it's only running into, it's a first down. That's unbelievable.
Equally unbelievable was the apparent fact that neither Julius Peppers, number 90, nor Ken Lucas, number 23, had blocked the kick. If either of them had touched the ball, the penalty for running into Cundiff would be nullified. With that in mind, Cowboys holder Tony Romo, number 9, urged his coaches to run another play before the field goal attempt could be reviewed. As the Cowboys hurried to snap the ball, Panthers coach John Fox sprinted down the other sideline, signaling for a timeout. He got one just in time.
First down at the 11, a whistle.
Well, John, they're going to
Timeout, Carolina.
Carolina, it's called timeout. John Fox has walked onto the field, Brad. He's saying that he got a piece of that ball, so he's calling timeout, hoping to get a booth review. Remember, at this point in the game now, under 2 minutes, it goes strictly to the booth.
The Panthers got their review, but none of the replay showed conclusively that the kick had been touched.
Terry McCauley, the referee, is looking and looking and looking and looking and looking.
Does it appear that it touches Lucas' hand? Yes, it does. Is it indisputable?
No.
Visual evidence?
No.
I don't think it is.
No, I don't either. And only a season rides on this call.
Yeah.
That's all.
Maybe two.
Maybe two.
Maybe two.
That's all that rides on this. I think he's got to say upheld.
After review, the ruling on the field stands. First down, Dallas.
One man's Grinch was another man's Santa. The Cowboys were not about to let their early Christmas present go to waste.
Barber's the tailback.
Bledsoe flips it to Barber. Barber running right. Barber looking for the goal line. Barber pushed out of bounds at the 2-yard line. He is a yard short of the first down.
Dallas, how do you like this one? 3rd and 1 at the 2.
29 seconds left to go. This game will have a long, long shelf life no matter what happens.
Bledsoe, fade for Glenn, right side, gathers it in over the shoulder. Touchdown, Terry Glenn. And Terry Glenn jumps up and down like a little boy on Christmas Eve. The Cowboys lead with 24 seconds to go.
Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Well, I know the Cowboys scored on this play, and nothing's going to change that, but you can't make me believe that that ball wasn't tipped on that kick try.
Like the controversial missed field goal, Terry Glenn's touchdown was reviewed. But this time, there was no doubt. Glenn had caught the ball, touched both feet in bounds, and snatched a victory away from the Panthers.
Merry Christmas! Don't break out the shovels yet. The Cowboys are still alive. They've still got a chance, and they proved to themselves that they can still play football.
Heartbreaking loss for the Carolina Panthers. Thought they had this one won, but it goes the other way.
Ultimately, the game was inconclusive. Neither team clinched a playoff berth. Neither was eliminated. For the Cowboys and the Panthers, fate would wait another week.
This has been a strange season for Dallas. In the Cowboys' first and final road games, they earned close, hard-fought victories against the Chargers and Panthers, two of the NFL's toughest teams. In between, the Cowboys lost some games they should have won and won some they should have lost. In recent weeks, as Bill Parcells got further and further away from balancing the pass and the run, his team's playoff chances became more precarious. But against Carolina, Julius Jones revived the Dallas running game. And for at least one more week, the Cowboys' playoff hopes are still alive.